Chairman, and the ranking member. Appreciate this opportunity to be here. And Ms. Yak, it's nice to see you again. Had the pleasure touring the Hughes Technical Center in Chairman Lobiando's district a year ago, and was very impressed with the work being done there. As you know, I represent a densely populated urban district. Noise from trucks, buses, Newark International Airport, and helicopters are a constant concern for my constituents. I'd like to hear more about the FAA's work on noise mitigation research, specifically with regard to UAS and flying cars. I know we're getting in the future with George Jetson and his boy Elroy. And so, obviously it's not very far off. I know it's really not a big issue now, but as this technology becomes more common, we should not be adding to the seemingly interactable problem of aircraft noise in urban areas. Can you?
Absolutely. Thank you for the question. As I mentioned earlier, balancing technology with community concerns is a very important part of the process. Our UAS implementation plan does include in it obtaining and researching noise information, noise data. In fact, the integration pilot program is also providing us the data regarding noise so that we can start using that noise information to start analyzing it and determining how to use that information for certification requirements and affecting the aircraft performance of the future. With that, I'll hand it over to, Jay said I hit all the points, so I must have done good. But my peers, I think
if anyone else could elaborate, I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, so the noise is near and dear to my heart, and specifically for operations in and around urban areas, we expect it to be significantly below the background levels, such that the aircraft operations will be inaudible. In suburban and rural areas, the noise levels are very low, but it will be able to you will be able to hear the aircraft in a very quiet environment. But for your constituents, we have done a huge amount of work, again, making these aircraft more than 100 times quieter than a helicopter.
Yeah, because if you get bad weather in Newark Airport, they shift the runways, and it comes right over the South Ward where I live. And you think the wheels are going to hit the top of some of these homes, on the trajectory that they're coming in. And believe me, we really get hammered, about this, and the helicopter issue in Jersey City has become a big problem. These tourist helicopters are flying closer and closer into areas across from New York to get the view. So they straddle the river in New Jersey, and these constituents are just going crazy. So it's something that is very important, and I need to continue to stress the need to continue to work on this. So I see the potential for flying cars to reduce the stress on our roads infrastructure and help mitigate congestion issues facing districts like mine. But I'm concerned on how the law enforcement and Homeland Security experts will deal with this emerging technology in the hands of bad actors. If you walk around the Capitol Hill, you'll see the curbs and streets are lined with barricades, in part to prevent cars driven, by bad actors from accessing this critical space. How do we engineer our cities to deal with cars that can't be blocked by ordinary barricades? What discussions is the industry having around that aspect?
So we can put up, just like with cars, you can put up a physical barricade because of the control systems in these aircraft. You can actually put up digital barricades, and so we can constrain these aircraft so that the control system physically can't create a trajectory that can go where we don't want it to go. So the aircraft can, whether it's the pilot or one of the passengers in the aircraft, if they try to
Deviate from
the trajectory, it just physically won't go. So these are digital barricades.
What happens to it? It just stops.
Let's say this is the barricade. You know, this is the no-fly zone. It will just find a trajectory around that.
Oh, it'll
no-fly zone.
force it away from. Okay, all right. Well, that's pretty interesting, pretty neat. Well, with that, I'll yield back. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Lloyd?